Good morning guys, welcome back to the first day of 2021's cray season. So we dropped the pot out yesterday, showed you guys where I've put it, why I put it there. This morning we're going to pull the pot, we're just about at it now, a couple of metres away from it. We'll get the boat set up and ready to go, and then we'll pull the pot, and fingers crossed, the crayfish decided to make my pot home for the night, and we can get a couple for a feed. So I'll get the gloves on, I'll get the protection on the side of the boat, we'll spin around, come up the pot, grab the floats, give it the old He-Man pull, and see how we went. So we'll do that now. It's dead glassy out here at the moment, which is beautiful. That's what you want. Makes life nice and easy and safe. We're just motoring up. I'm almost at the pot now. I've got the little side PVC and protection on the boat now. You can see on the sounder that it's come off the bottom. It's coming up. And there it is. And it looks like we've got some crays and potentially a very unwanted visitor. Oh God. So there's a couple of things going on here. Let me grab the GoPro and show you. This is an absolute bucket of fun. So here we have an octopus, and on that octopus is a dirty wobbegong, and behind the wobbegong should be a crayfish. I think I've seen. I'm sure I've seen one. So unless he was too small and he got out, but I'm positive I've seen one. So this is gonna be fun to deal with. We got an angry wobby that's still trying to have his breakfast. A dead ockie. And yeah, maybe a crayfish. I thought I seen one. Could have been the ockie tentacles hanging out the side. And this pot doesn't have a front hatch on it, so I have to try and wrestle this wobby out of here. So it's gonna be fun. So we'll get this pot on deck. I thought it was a bit heavy. This explains why. Alright, come on, bud. So what I have to do here is really work him in and pull him back out the same way he went in, through the neck of the pot. Bloody wobbies. Come on, mate. Out you come. He's covered in sea lice and really, really weird looking stuff. I don't want to hurt her. There we go. Come on, you big girl. Out you come. Now these things, they're crazy strong and they're crazy flexible. As you can see that, they can actually turn around and reach its own tail. So they will try and bite you. Come on. And they have a mouthful of very, very nasty teeth. So I don't know if you can see down on the camera, but we're going to let this big girl go. Not the outcome we were hoping for, but we did get a bit of free bait. Nice ockie. Unfortunately there wasn't any crays. I thought there was, maybe it did escape out the back. Alright. Not the ideal start we wanted. But that's all right, that's fishing. Once you get an ockie in your pot, crays won't go in it. And then obviously, with the ockie being in there and being one of the Wobbegong's favourite food, she followed in shortly after, got hold of the ockie, and then that was it. That pot was useless. Oh well, we'll double check the bait and we'll go back and reset it in a nice spot and see how we go. Alright, so I set the pot back in a very similar position where I originally had it. Not the desired outcome we were hoping for this morning. A couple of little tasty crayfish would have been better, but it's a bit of fun, bit of excitement. Got a nice ockie for fresh bait, so we'll whack him in the freezer when we get home. He'll come in handy when the demersal band lifts off. So right now I'm going to punch out, weather's too nice not to. The sea breeze is supposed to pick up pretty early today, so I want to be out there early. Go to the back of the 5. I'm going to see if I can find some schools of tuna. Do a bit of trolling, got a few skirts, I'll probably troll a few vamp squids as well. They work quite well that way. And fingers crossed, we can get a few nice tuna, southern blues. So let's head out there now. Alright, so just set that pot on a new bit of reef on the point of it, just off the edge. Hopefully I can get snagged again. It's a lot of effort for little reward at the moment, but that's still a little bit early in the season yet. The next few days the crays will start to move. There's been reports of the what's it bloody called, all the sea flowers wash up the beach. That's normally the annual mark for when the whites are going to start walking. So if you see them on the beach, you know the whites are about to go. So we're going to punch back into this shitty weather now and go home. Come out again tomorrow. So fingers crossed that our luck changes then. We'll see you then. Alright, day 3 of the pull. Again, the weather is not nice, other than howling southerly. The swell's not too big, which is good. Just a bit windy. So we've got the gloves on, get the protection on the side of the boat. Makes it a little bit easier to pull and it saves scratching the boat up too much. Alright, we're about to pull up to the pot. Right. It's going to go past the pot, turn around, come up the waves, up the wind, grab it, drive past it a little bit, pull it up and hopefully finally see some crayfish. Day 3, day 1, wobbie and an ockie. Day 2, 0, not a single thing. So I moved the pot and fingers crossed, today's the day. Alright, just spinning around. That wind is bloody nasty. I see feelers. Two crays. Happy days. Grab them out. Beautiful. Nice little male. Alright, so before I drop the pot back, I'm just going to rebait that. I'm just going to size these crays. I'm pretty certain they're both sized. Just spin into the waves a bit. Hopefully you guys can hear me better then. Alright. So first thing you want to check for, see if they're male or female, make sure there's no cetos or tar spot. This is a little male. You can tell by his 2 appendages on the back of his legs. And then with your lobster gauge, make sure you got the right one. So rock lobster, 76mm. And you want to measure from between the horns. There's a bit of shell. Hook it onto that. And then you measure to the back of the carapace here where the tail folds. So if this one's well oversized, so he's a good, well, probably 85mm or 82mm. So if that had dropped over the back and was loose, he'd be undersized. Then you want to tear the middle flap off the tail, like that. And that just makes sure that the fish when they pull you up know it's an amateur core crayfish and you can't sell it. So we'll get him in the esky. Safe standing up. So this one here is a little female. You can tell because she doesn't have any appendages here, and she actually has a little swimmerets under her tail fins here that actually hold the eggs. Same thing, hook over the eyes. Yep, and she's size as well. She'd be about 77, 78 mils. She's just over, but still, she's a keeper. Almost forgot. Get a bit excited. Get that fin off. Easy. Oh, good morning, guys. It's time to check the cray pots. See how we go. We've got 2 out now. We're fishing 2. So I finally caved or stuff it. I'll get a second one. Try and increase my chances. Fishing 1 has been difficult. As I explained previously, not being able to sort of move the pots around easily and search for ground makes it hard to find where the crays are sitting. I've been fishing some new ground inshore, stuff that I found driving out to what would have been my original plan to fish, and so far it hasn't been the best. So if it's today it hasn't produced any better, I'm going to jump my pots out a bit deeper and fish the ground that I fished last year. So fingers crossed, a bit of persistence has paid off. One. Better than none. But it's not the exact numbers we wanted to see, so. We'll stack the pot on board. We'll go pull the second one, see how that one went. If no good, stack it on board. We'll go a little bit deeper. I'll measure that cray. Wherever the hell my measure is. There it is. Rock lobster. Easy size. Perfect. Alright, in the esky he goes. Alright, a quick little drive further along the reef. We're at the second pot. Pull him now and see how we go. Got a couple. Yep, nice in size. Little female, but no eggs, no tar spots, so she's good to keep. Get the tail fin off. Just size. Alright, day 6 pot pulling. Let's see how we go. We got 3 yesterday. Let's see if we can make that number a bit better today. We're just pulling up on the first pot now. Fingers crossed. Bone dry. Got 2 in that pot yesterday, none today, so we're going to move it out into the sand. Alright, we're about to pull pot number 2. Fingers crossed. This one, I've got some crays in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 crays. Bring me bucket. Yep, he's undersized. So that the gauge falls over the back of the carapace. So he's undersized. See you, bud. Nope. through most of his legs. Little female. Show size. And this female's definitely size. Nice size one. Yep. Easy. Well, we ended up with 3. Not bad. Try again tomorrow. Alright, well, let's put that pot back where I got it from. Got him straight back in the same spot. So he's back on the same spot. Hopefully can produce a few more crays tomorrow. My other pot that was in a bit shallower, I'm actually going to leapfrog it out to the next ledge, and I'm going to drop it out in the sand. So probably about 15-20 meters off the actual reef in the sand itself. I believe we're actually missing the run this year. I think the crays have jumped a bit earlier than we all thought, because the patchiness of the catches, the fact that there was very little to no crays in real shallow down here this time of year is weird. I think they've jumped a bit early. There's reports of the pro boats fishing in deep water already, catching lots of whites out there. So it's a bit of a weird season, this one. So we're going to keep exploring and trying and moving the pots around till we can find the crays. Don't get me wrong, some people have done really well. They bagged out a couple of days. They've had their pots at the right depth at the right time. I was fishing the shallower stuff and I was struggling. 1s, 2s, 0, wobbegong, bloody octopus, everything you didn't want to catch. So we'll jump out and see if we can't catch them before they all leave. Alright, so I've just moved the second pot out. We're about 50 meters west side of the nearest reef ledge before it becomes all sand for quite some distance. But jumping out that far, hopefully the crays that have started walking out, or will start walking out overnight and that, will stumble across the pot, pile in it for a bit of safety, a bit of a free feed, and fingers crossed tomorrow it's full. So if you guys are enjoying the crayfishing and the how-to and explaining why I'm doing things, you know, I haven't been successful this year as much as I have been last year. Last year was crazy. I was bagging out every day. Couldn't go wrong. Couldn't set a pot wrong. This year I'm struggling a bit. I've got 2 days in a row now. Now, saying that I am only fishing by myself, only fishing 2 pots. Last year I had 4 pots with a mate, so we were able to really spread the gear out. And you find a lot of the times that one or two of the pots would come up with 1, 2, maybe even empty. But then you get one pot that'd save the day and you'd have 16 in it. Sometimes this is how it works. You just get that pot in the right spot, crays pile in. And sometimes, you know, your second pot could be 40 meters away from that same pot, you'll have nothing in it. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. So that's crayfishing. That's what brings you out here every day. The idea that your pot might be full. And the thing is, just keep moving your pots around. If it's not working where you are, don't stick to it. So I moved along the reef edge on the shallow end, trying to find all the points, trying to find the crays. Stumbled across a couple, wasn't great. Jumped out to the next reef ledge, stumbled across a few more, still wasn't great. So now I've jumped out further again, try and hopefully find them in the deeper water. As I said, I think they've gone a little bit early this year. I think we might have missed the main run. We could be getting a few stragglers. I could be wrong, but that's just based on reports from all the professionals that have already jumped deep, and the reports from the amateurs that haven't been crazy consistent so far this year. I think we might have missed it. The weather and the moon was a bit weird, and potentially we've either missed it or it's really delayed. I'm not too sure, because normally by this time every year the crays are in full swing and everyone's bagging out. It's rare that anyone comes home without a bag out of crays. So, but look, persistence is the key. We'll keep at it. We'll keep smashing along, and then I'll keep you guys updated. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and appreciate all the support, guys. All right, morning, guys. We're up to day 7 of the pot pulling series, and it hasn't been going the best. I think we've got 8 crays this week. We've started fishing 2 pots now. I've jumped out to some deeper water. the inshore stuff that I was fishing just wasn't doing well for me. So fingers crossed, this deep water stuff may be the ticket to a full pot. So we're about to pull it now and find out. Wind's a little bit shit house again. It's blowing southeasterly. Not the most ideal conditions, but we've been out in worse. Well, we got one cray and a nice male at that. And we also caught big buried female crab. We'll let her go. There was another one in there too. That's alright. One's better than none. Nice size female. Alright, there's a little tiny plateau of reef here. It's only small, and I don't think anyone else really sees it because there's no pots on it. So I've just dumped this pot just on the edge of it in hopes that it's loaded with crays. Alright, well, it hasn't been the most successful start to the crayfish season this year. Not like last year. I was bloody killing it, I tell you. Couldn't go wrong. So someone's cursed me. Anyway, look, it's the reality of it. You're not always going to catch all the time. Some people are doing great, some people are doing worse than I am, and that's just fishing. Consistency, persistence, and just constantly scouting around, having a look, trying new ground. You never know where they're going to be sitting, so keep trying, that's all I can say. Alright guys, well if you're enjoying this, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, drop a comment below if you tell me how you're going with the craze, if you're smashing it or you're doing as good or as bad as I am, and we'll see you guys in the water next time. Cheers. First pull after a week, and we got a few roaches. So we'll get them out. Get them out, gauge them, and tail them. Alright, back to pull pot number 2 for the day. We got 10 out the first pot. Hopefully get 6 in the second one, and we're all done for the day. So we just got our 16 crays from 2 pots, and there's plenty left in for tomorrow. So as long as you leave the crays in the pot and you don't pull them out, you're legally allowed to leave them in there and put the pot back. The crays can walk back out your pot, and they won't be trapped in there. Hopefully they stay in there, and tomorrow got another full pot. Alright, let's get this thing baited. Yep. Alright, so there's still 14 crays in there. I'm gonna leave them for tomorrow, and yeah, fingers crossed. Most of them decide to stay in there, and hopefully a few add to it, and we get another bag out. Let's get it back in the water.